Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. Hope you guys are all doing well today. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how you can monetize all the knowledge you guys have gained from consuming crypto related content across various social media platforms. The web is making it increasingly easier to monetize your knowledge and your interests, and all the innovation that's happening in the blockchain space is going to make it even easier. And it may seem like the content creation space is getting a little bit saturated, but if you look at the relative size of the population, only a very small portion of people are actually publishing content online. Generally speaking, I believe the key to success is number one, just getting started. You'd be surprised how many people have ideas, but they fail to act on them. Secondly, putting in work every day and being consistent about it. You'd be surprised what the cumulative effect of making small improvements to your craft every day will be in a few years. I'll be honest, starting a YouTube channel isn't for everybody. It's a lot of work, but for those of you guys who are ambitious, who want to take on the challenge, I'm in the process of gathering up all the resources I use. This includes both software and equipment. When I'm done compiling the list, I'm going to link all the resources down in the description box below. And some point in the future, I'll talk about all the resources I use and why I use them. This way, you don't have to fumble around with the various software, spend money needlessly. And on top of that, I'll save you a lot of time. Given that YouTube requires a lot of time and a decent amount of startup capital, I'm going to show you guys an alternative way to get started. I've been writing articles on and off. Recently, I started becoming more consistent with it. And through writing these articles, I found a platform that allows you to monetize your writings rather quickly. And the earnings may not seem like much, but for all of you guys who aren't familiar with Vitalik Buterin's early life, he got started off in the space by writing articles, and for each article he wrote, he got paid 5 Bitcoin. At that time, Bitcoin wasn't worth very much, so he was earning about $3 to $5 per article. Obviously, the gains are going to be very hard to replicate, but by using Publish0x to publish your material, you can get paid in cryptocurrencies, and the $5 to $10 that you're earning per article could potentially balloon into hundreds of dollars in the future. Personally, I think it's a great way to grow your brand, to get started. You don't have to invest any money, and it's not as labor intensive as publishing a YouTube video. With that being said, let me give you guys a quick introduction to the platform. Publish0x is basically a crypto-powered blogging platform. What it allows writers to do is to publish content and quickly monetize it. If you scroll down their homepage here, you can see at the bottom right of every article the amount the author has accrued in tips. You can get paid anywhere from a few cents to up to $20 depending on how popular your article is. And the way you generate tips is by writing high quality content and or by gaining a large following on the platform. And as long as you keep publishing good quality content, success will keep building on itself and you'll receive higher and higher tips as the platform grows. So once a user is done reading your content, they have the option to tip you. So by default, it's set up to give 80% to the author and 20% to the reader. But let's say the author didn't do such a good job and I wanted to be compensated for having my time wasted. I could scroll this ball all the way to the left, and then 20% will go to the author, 80% will go to me. Now on the flip side, let's say the author does a stellar job and you wanted to make sure that they were amply rewarded. You could scroll the ball all the way to the right, and by doing so, the author would get 100% of the tip and you would get 0%. Most of the users here are consuming crypto related content or they're publishing crypto related content. But the platform does have other categories. So even if your main interest isn't crypto, maybe you have another interest outside of crypto that you're open to talking about and publishing content on, you're free to do that. But do note that if you look at some other categories like music, you can see that a lot of these people aren't compensated very much. And that necessarily doesn't mean the quality of the content is poor. Again, most of the people on the platform are reading crypto related articles, so these other topics are getting less attention. The best way to get started, in my opinion, is go over here to the Populars tab and take a look at the material that's trending, the material that's getting the most traction, that's earning the most money. Once you get a feel for what kind of material, what kind of content the users are looking for, you can start publishing content that you're interested in, that you think people will respond to. But more importantly, the key to being successful on platforms like this is to produce consistent content, because once you've established that momentum, you want to keep it going. If you were to do this in spurts, let's say you were to do this once a month or once every few weeks, it's going to be very challenging to get that consistent growth. For example, when I first started YouTubing, I would publish videos very sporadically. Sometimes I would publish 2 to 3 videos a week and then go months without publishing one. And things didn't start to change for me until I decided to commit to doing 1 video per week, and that's where the crypto weekly updates came from. Rain or shine, I promised myself that I would publish a weekly video every Friday. And that's when things started to change for me. Not only did I see more growth in my channel, but I also noticed that making videos became sort of a habit, a routine. And these days, it's very easy for me to publish 2 to 3 videos per week. And since I started the practice, I noticed that the growth has been very good on my channel. And the analogy that I often make is that every time you publish a video, an article, you're basically planting a seed. It's likely to be months before you're going to be able to make your first harvest. The key is to be patient, have conviction, and have a disciplined or regimented approach to publishing content on a consistent basis. So here's how much I've earned to date by using the platform. The lifetime rewards are off. This is not exactly how much I've earned. We're a cryptocurrency agnostic platform. At one point, they were supporting payouts in Hydro, DAI, and since then, they've kind of changed it up a little bit. Now the options for getting paid are BAT token, Loopring, Ethereum. My actual earning from the platforms are around 80 to 100 bucks. And if you take a look at the statistics, you can see that recently I've become a little bit more active. And since I started becoming more active, my earnings and my views have started to go up. And again, the plan now is to publish content on a more consistent basis. And if you guys are interested in me doing an updated review, make sure you guys express that in the comment section below. And on the surface, I know this doesn't look like a lot of money, but these crypto assets that you're getting paid in do have the potential to appreciate in value. And the tokens that you're getting here are from decent projects. BAT is the native token to the web browser Brave, and Brave's gotten millions of downloads. Loopring is a second layer scaling solution for Ethereum that's been getting a lot of traction lately. And if you guys watch my content, you know that I'm extremely bullish on Ethereum this cycle. I understand that those tokens aren't guaranteed to appreciate, but we do have some historical precedents for this. Vitalik Buterin of Ethereum was offered 5 Bitcoin for every article he wrote for a Bitcoin blog. Truthfully, it's highly unlikely that you're going to see the same types of gains with BAT, Loopring, and Ethereum. Let's say you develop a loyal following and you start making $5 to $10 per article. That $5 to $10 could be worth $50 to $100 one day. And you can even take your assets and put them to work. For example, I have some of the assets that I've accrued, earning interest on Celsius, on Blockfi. By the way, if you guys are interested in learning more about those platforms, I'll include links to video reviews in the description below. Additionally, earning income doesn't necessarily have to be your primary goal. Maybe it's a good way to get your feet wet, start publishing content, and if at a later time, if you decide to step it up and start producing videos, if you have a large following established on Publish0x, you can start linking your videos in your write-ups to help bootstrap the growth on your YouTube channel. And lastly, if you become big enough, who knows, you may get an offer from a blog who will pay you per article that you write. And oftentimes when projects are looking to get more exposure, they're open to spending money on marketing. And if they see that you have a very large following, they may extend an offer to you and perhaps pay you a couple $100s to write an article reviewing their platform. The point I'm trying to make here is that once you get started, you'll be surprised at how many different ways there are to monetize the content that you produce. But let's say you're very keen on producing a side income. Another option would be to create a Twitter account. This way, not only will your content get more exposure, you'll increase the likelihood of picking up more followers. And if these followers sign up using your link, you'll get 5% of every tip that they claim. Now on the affiliate front, I haven't promoted the platform aggressively. I've done one video on it and that video's gotten about 1,000 views. And for me, it really hasn't been a lucrative endeavor. But for all of you guys out there, you might get different results if you guys decide to aggressively promote the platform. And since we're talking about the ambassadors program, if you guys want to help my channel out, you want to support the work that I do, or maybe you just like the insights that I provided in this video, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys decided to sign up with my link. Now, when it comes to my strategy, it's pretty simple and straightforward. If you've been following me for a while now, you know that I have a newsletter. Most of the content everybody can access for free. If you guys are interested in signing up, just click the link in the description below and enter your email address. And I hired one of my close buddies to write articles on a consistent basis. And if you guys happen to read anything that's written by Aromatic, that's my buddy. And to help grow my Publish0x account, what I'm basically going to do, I'm going to recycle a portion of the content published to my newsletter and post it here in Publish0x. For example, I recently wrote about my DeFi forecast, so this went out to everybody who subscribed to the newsletter. I took that same material I published here on Publish0x and I made about $6 on it, and I also picked up 20 plus followers on the platform. And once in a while, I'll also take certain articles and have them published here on Medium. But if you compare the results that I got on Publish0x, you can see that the same article that was published on Medium hasn't done as well. And that's because the audience in Publish0x is mostly interested in crypto related content. But here on Medium, you'll find that self-development content tends to be more popular. But given that it takes just a few minutes to copy and paste, I figured why not plant some seeds here on Medium? Because you never know. The article might not trend initially, but once the topic becomes more popular, or perhaps it gets shared by a popular influencer, it could potentially start off slow and out of nowhere you could see explosive growth. For example, I remember I published a video. In the first week, I probably had a couple hundred views. All of a sudden, DeFi becomes a very popular topic. The video gets shared on a popular DeFi website, and all of a sudden I get 3,000 views in a couple weeks. Another leg of my strategy is to use Publish0x to grow my Twitter and YouTube following, because oftentimes these various platforms, whether that's Twitter, YouTube, they can easily become silos. And of course, you'll have some level of overlap where people are using multiple platforms. That's not guaranteed, and the likelihood is that people are probably just using one. Moreover, since my YouTube channel is fairly small, there's a good chance that a lot of people who might be interested in my content are simply not seeing it. So by publishing here and linking my content, I increase the likelihood of picking up additional subscribers or followers on my other channels. And the last leg of my strategy is to publish consistent content, especially when we're in a bull run and the market is hot. One thing I've noticed since I started publishing is that engagement interactions are highly correlated to the prices. When the market drops, so do my engagements, and vice versa when the market rises. So that pretty much details all my strategies on growing my Publish0x blogging channel. So if you're looking for a side hustle, maybe you're trying to grow your brand or start a brand, I think it's a great time to get started, especially with all the action that we're seeing here in the market. And even if you're not planning to write anything, if you're already consuming crypto content, then why not get paid to do it? And regardless of whatever reason you have for joining, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys would follow me here on Publish0x. With that being said, if you guys enjoyed the content, give me a like. I'd love to hear your thoughts and insights in the comment section below. If you're not a subscriber already, make sure to subscribe, click that notification bell. This is CryptoOneStop signing out. I'll talk to you folks next time. Bye.